Once upon a time, in a beautiful village, there lived an old man. He was unhappy. His wife was older than him. She had a terrible temper. She always shouted at him. This made his days quite miserable. The poor man had just one friend, a sparrow. His wife was cruel, and she mistreated even the little bird. One day, while the old man was away in the fields, his wife was doing laundry. She made some sweet porridge and put it in a bowl to cool. The pet sparrow happily ate all the porridge. The old woman shouted at the sparrow.
"How dare you eat my porridge? I will teach you a lesson."
She cut off the tip of the bird's tongue with scissors. She then warned,
"Now go, and don't you dare come back."
When the old farmer returned, he was very sad and angry with his wife. The farmer said,
"You know how much I cared for my sparrow. Why did you chase it away from our home?"
The two quarreled far into the night. The man had no chicks or children to cheer his sad heart. Several months later, the old farmer was up in the mountains. He saw his sparrow, who chirped,
"Hello."
It had a wife and 2 daughters. They lived in a bamboo house in the middle of a garden. The sparrow took the old man to his house and offered him candy and custard to eat, and several cups of tea to drink. It brought out 2 baskets, one heavy and the other light. It asked the old man to accept one as a parting gift. The old man was not greedy. He chose the light one and took leave of his host and returned home. He told his wife about his adventure. They opened the box. It contained a purse that was full of money and so many jewels. They became rich. The old woman also decided to go to the sparrow to get a present. The sparrow family was not pleased to see the cruel woman. They knew what she had come for. The sparrow asked the woman,
"Which basket would you like?"
She chose the heavy one and returned to her cottage very excitedly. She tore off the lid, but instead of jewels, a group of giant wasps flew out and stung her. She died. The old farmer, a wealthy widower, adopted a son to comfort him in old age. He always pointed out to the boy the dangers of greed. Moral: treat others with kindness, not cruelty. For goodness brings happiness. Once upon a time, there was a washerman who lived in a village. He had 2 pets, a donkey and a dog. The dog guarded the house and went everywhere with the washerman. The dog watched over the washerman's house. He always made sure it was safe. He was a loyal friend. He always followed his master. Wherever the washerman went, the dog went too. He never left his side. The donkey used to carry the heavy clothes for the washerman. One scorching day, the donkey stood in the shade, munching on hay and sipping tap water. His eyes wandered over to the dog, who was enjoying a lavish meal, which brought by the washerman. The washerman presented the dog with a big bowl of meaty stew, which filled with tender chunks of meat. He gave the dog a bowl filled with cold water.
Here your food, my good boy.
The washerman said affectionately. The donkey watched with envy. He was feeling a pang of jealousy. He thought to himself,
"Why does the dog get such cold water, while I am stuck with tap water?"
One hot, sunny day, the washerman loaded heavy clothes onto the donkey's back. They set off on their journey. But along the way, the donkey grew tired, and he was feeling thirsty. The washerman didn't give any water or hay. Frustrated and exhausted, the donkey struggled to keep up with the pace. When he walked too slowly, the washerman hit him with a stick, which made the donkey's condition even worse. As the sun started to go down, the weary washerman and his faithful donkey finally reached the home. The day's load of laundry still a heavy burden on their shoulders. When the dog saw his master, he barked happily and wagged his tail. He raised his front legs and put them on the chest of his master. The washerman patted his dog in return for his loving gesture. One morning, the donkey watched from a distance as the washerman lovingly fed his dog and patted him affectionately on the head. This made the donkey jealous. He cursed his ill fate. He said to himself,
"What bad luck I have. My master doesn't love me, in spite of my hard labor. Now, I must do what this dog does, to please my master."
So, the next time, when he saw his master coming, he ran towards him He brayed a little and tried to wag his tail. He raised his front legs and put them on his master's body. The washerman was frightened to see his donkey's abnormal behavior. He muttered to himself,
I think my donkey has gone mad. I must teach him a lesson with a good beating. Otherwise, he might become a danger to me.
So he picked up a stick and beat up the donkey till it fell on the ground. Moral: don't let jealousy make you act foolishly. Appreciate for what you have and avoid comparing yourself to others.